Hyundai's new battery electric city SUV, the Inster, is every inch a global car for the South Korean brand. But what might surprise you is how much Australia had to do with the final specification and the way the Inster works. Hyundai's use of Australian suspension specialists is well known, but in the case of the Inster, the Aussie input came in the form of engineering testing and validation, and lots of it. Hyundai has a 2 decades long history of using Australia as a test centre, and our unique climate and conditions offer car engineers insights they would struggle to achieve anywhere else on the planet. And it's not just hot weather testing that Australia contributed. The Inster was also subject to some cold weather testing as well. According to Hyundai Australia's engineering bosses, Australia also throws up some unusual and sometimes unique considerations. One of those is the fact that Australia has regions that feature a combination of high altitude and incredibly hot weather. And this was one of the things that attracted the South Koreans to this country. For tuning and validation of turbocharged engines, this combination is hard to beat and represents challenges that, if met, will mean the end product will hold up pretty much anywhere in the world. The type of prevailing heat in Australia is also important. For high humidity and high heat, engineers often favour the Gulf states, but for extremes of dry heat, the Australian Outback really takes some beating. One of the first things a foreign engineer in the Outback will remark upon also is the amount of airborne dust, and not just any dust. That bright red stuff that we all know so well that also happens to contain lots of iron. This is a real test for any internal combustion engine, any body sealing issues, and interestingly, for connectivity and electronics. It's also an engineer's worst nightmare, apparently. Other benefits of working in Australia include the fact that our seasons are reversed from most of the rest of the world, i.e. the Northern Hemisphere. That's why the area around Cooma in the Snowy Mountains has been used by Hyundai for cold weather testing, even if the absolute minimum temperatures are nothing compared with the minus 20 degrees Celsius South Korea experiences. Logistically, it's also easier to get prototypes from South Korea to Australia, and the time difference makes for more convenient hookups between head office and those in the field. In the case of the new Inster, no less than 3 engineering teams visited Australia. The first team of 7 trialled the Inster's EV driveline in high ambient temperatures in western New South Wales in summer, verifying the performance and the power of the battery. A second group followed to assess battery charging under those conditions and the Inster's power consumption, while a third team arrived even later, sticking to the coastal roads of the southern states to assess the way the Inster interfaced with real-world charging infrastructure and a check of range consistency.